As a kid, all a nigga wanna have was a Burberry scarf and $3 in my pocket. Instead I got beat with a switch, but I don't give a fuck, but it's on my body. Scars all up on me, but I run around from everybody. Life lesson learned, I better learn from this bitch, nobody. She pushed me around, she didn't give no motherfucks about it. She broke my heart 3 times, but I ain't getting...
The Denver Broncos are going to be taking on the New England Patriots. Now, hopefully this game does not get pushed back any further because I'm really excited about watching these two teams play. Now, based on a couple of articles that I've been reading, Drew Lock is expected to play in this game along with tight end Noah Fant. Now, for the New England Patriots, and a couple of articles I've read concerning if Cam Newton will play in this game, a lot of people have a lot of confidence that Cam Newton will be able to play in this game. But nothing is really 100% set in stone. But a lot of people have a lot of faith and a lot of confidence that Cam Newton will be able to suit up and play in this game against Denver. So for the Denver Broncos, I have two big questions. The first one is going to be, can they stop this rushing attack of New England? Because when Cam Newton's in that quarterback, this is one of the best rushing attacks in the NFL. And before Cam Newton went down and wasn't able to play, the Patriots were top 5, top 10 rushing attack in the NFL. And for Denver, you're pretty solid against the run. You're 13th in the NFL and rushing yards per game allowed 109 rushing yards per game, which is pretty good, top 15. So how is this Denver Broncos defense going to be able to stop this running game of Cam Newton and this good trio of halfbacks that the New England Patriots possess, especially when the Patriots get inside of the red zone? Because the Patriots have pretty much been unstoppable when they get inside the red zone with Cam Newton, with his ability to use his legs, throw the football. He can also hand the football off as well. So it's really hard to stop the New England Patriots when they get inside the red zone. So how is Vic Fangio going to try the game plan to stop this New England Patriots run game? Now, the second thing that I'm going to be watching, which is why I'm so excited about watching this game, is going to be the matchup of Drew Lock versus this New England Patriots defense. And in particular, it's going to be, how is Drew Lock going to handle what Bill Belichick is going to throw at him? Because we know Bill Belichick is one of the best defensive minds in the history of the NFL. And Bill Belichick loves to confuse young quarterbacks. So how is Pat Shurmur going to put Drew Lock into situations to succeed when you know Bill Belichick is going to be throwing all kinds of exotic looks at you? So I want to see, how is Drew Lock going to perform coming off an injury against this New England Patriots defense, and what Bill Belichick is going to throw at him? Because Bill Belichick is going to throw a lot of things at Drew Lock, because we know Bill Belichick loves to confuse these young quarterbacks. So I'm really intrigued in seeing this matchup. A lot of people aren't really going to be talking about this matchup. Like, when a lot of people are breaking down this game, they're going to say, oh, is Cam Newton going to play? Oh, is Drew Lock going to play? Okay, which team's going to win? Blah, 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 because they're better. Like, no, a lot of people need to take a deeper dive into this game and look at the matchup. Okay, Drew Lock versus Bill Belichick, and Pat Shurmur versus Bill Belichick. Because is Pat Shurmur going to be able to put Drew Lock into situations to succeed against his Patriots defense? Okay, because this isn't really going to be all on Drew Lock. Like, Pat Shurmur is going to have to help Drew Lock out when he's facing these all kinds of exotic looks and different looks and things like that. Because we know Bill Belichick is going to be throwing the hooks and crannies at Drew Lock. So I want to see, how is he going to respond. Now, for the New England Patriots, how are you going to stop Noah Fant? Because we know that the New England Patriots, what they do best is they take away your best player on offense. And for the Denver Broncos, their best player on the offense so far has been Noah Fant. So if you take away Noah Fant, Jerry Jeudy is most likely going to have to step up. Okay? And Jerry Jeudy may have a tough task ahead of him, because he's going to be facing J.C. Jackson. And J.C. Jackson has been pretty good this year. And maybe Stephon Gilmore is able to play in this game. So I want to see what's going to happen if the New England Patriots are able to take away Noah Fant, because Noah Fant has pretty much been the primary target or the best target that the Denver Broncos have had in the passing game so far. Now, I know a lot of Denver Broncos fans may get triggered by that, and I'm not trying to be disrespectful. I'm just saying that Noah Fant has been the best and the most reliable option in the passing game for Denver. So how is Jerry Jeudy going to fare in this game? Because he's facing a pretty good secondary with J.C. Jackson or Stephon Gilmore if he's able to play in this game. So, I mean, I want to see what he does in this game because he's going to have a really big game if the Denver Broncos are looking to pull off the victory. So, I mean, this is a really interesting game. I mean, I'm a fan of football. I love seeing what happens in the trenches, but I also love to see the battle between coordinators. I want to see Pat Shurmur versus Bill Belichick. Bill Belichick, one of the best defensive minds in the NFL. Pat Shurmur is one of the best offensive coordinators in the NFL. I want to see that matchup. Who's going to get the advantage? Now, I know a lot of people are probably going to think that the Patriots are going to win this game. And I mean, I think that the Broncos have a better shot at winning this game than what a lot of people give them props for, because although the Denver Broncos have had a lot of injuries that they've had to deal with over the last couple of weeks, I mean, the majority of their games, they've been pretty competitive. Aside from that Temple game, I think that Denver has been pretty competitive in the majority of their games without their starting quarterback and without some of their key players. So with the Denver Broncos now starting to get healthy, you don't know how good this team can really be. And you're looking at a New England Patriots team that what happens if Cam Newton somehow doesn't play in this game? Okay, if Cam Newton doesn't play in this game, you have to make the choice between Jarrett Stidham and Brian Hoyer. Okay, and we saw what happened last time those two guys took the field. I mean, it was a turnover fest. New England did not play like the way we're accustomed to seeing the New England Patriots play, because against Kansas City, I mean, it was just a lot of penalties, a lot of turnovers. So, I mean, if Cam Newton does not play in this game, I think Denver has a really good shot at winning. Okay, and I also got to talk about what if Cam Newton really doesn't play in this game, because I talked about earlier if Cam Newton did play in this game. If Cam Newton doesn't play in this game, this is going to be a game that is going to be a defensive battle if Cam Newton doesn't play, because Bill Belichick is going to have to rely on his defense to win the game for him, because he's going to be facing a young quarterback. Hopefully he can bait Drew Lock into making some mistakes and getting the ball back to his offense and helping his offense out, putting his offense in good field position. Because with Brian Hoyer, he didn't really play great against Kansas City. He had a lot of mistakes, especially that sack that he took before halftime that kept the New England Patriots from kicking the field goal. And also Jarrett Stidham. I mean, Jarrett Stidham didn't look half bad, but I mean, still, he wasn't all that great neither. So, I mean, if you're the New England Patriots and you're a New England Patriots fan, you're crossing your fingers and praying to God that Cam Newton is going to be able to play in this game. But either way, even if Cam Newton does or does not play in this game, I'm still going to take the New England Patriots to get the victory here, because I really want to see how Drew Lock handles this New England Patriots defense and what Bill Belichick throws at him. And he's coming off an injury. This is a guy who hasn't played football in the last couple of weeks, so he may be a little bit rusty. So, I mean, I think the Patriots are going to have the upper hand here. I think that the Denver Broncos offense could struggle in this game because of how good Bill Belichick is when it comes to facing young quarterbacks. And I mean, Denver's defense, I mean, can they stop the run game? Can they do enough to stop the run? So, I mean, listen, if Cam Newton does not play, like I said earlier, I still think that the New England Patriots can win this game. I just think that this game will be a lot closer than compared to if Cam Newton plays. If Cam Newton plays in this game, I think that the New England Patriots win this game 21-14. Now, if Cam Newton does not play, then I think that the New England Patriots win this game 13-10 is my final score prediction. So I have two different score predictions. I still have the New England Patriots winning both games, but I think that if Cam Newton, like I said, if he doesn't play, I think the Patriots win this one 13-10, maybe 13-7. If Cam Newton does play, then I think the Patriots win this one a little bit more convincingly. I say 21-14 final score prediction. So, I mean, I give you guys the two scenarios. If Cam Newton does play or does not play, but we don't really know. But hopefully Cam Newton's able to play in this game. I'm really looking forward to see what he does against this Denver Broncos defense. And I want to see how Drew Lock handles this Bill Belichick defense and what Bill Belichick throws at him. So I'm taking the Patriots to win this one. Let me know what you guys think.